You guys, yeah. Okay, welcome. So this is a special class. We are doing our Pilates practice today to shine a light on the Community Action Center here in Sandy Springs, Georgia. And if you live in a different part of the world and you're watching this video, and it's a video to shine a light on those who are in need and to contribute to those local centers, look for a Community Action Center in your area and give and enjoy Pilates and give to yourself too. So this class is an intermediate Pilates mat, and I'm calling it Embodied Flow because the theme is to continue to come back into what you're feeling and sensing and how you're using your connection to the ground to get the feedback from your hands, your feet, the bony landmarks that are falling into the ground, and use those sensations to help you find a deeper relationship to your own core and to your sense of spaciousness in the body and whatever else shows up for you that you feel like you need today. So this is an invitation to really nourish yourself and use the breath and the movement to help you find a deeper connection to yourself. So we'll start standing and then come down into the mat. Just start frictioning your hands. And as you're frictioning your hands, you're building some chi energy, some good life force. And we're going to wake up the tissue by sort of rubbing up the arm, up through the inner, and then through the armpit and the pec, and then up on the top of the shoulder, and down to the pinky edge. And then coming to the other side, just friction. The friction, you can just feel that circulation start to build. And we're multi-layers. We have our skin on the top layer, and then underneath it, the fascia and the connective tissue. That is the connective tissue through the muscles. Now we're just going to do a little bit of massage for these upper shoulders and kind of pull them up and squeeze and pull into your deltoids and kind of wake up that energy, biceps, triceps. And when you're squeezing into those muscles, move those muscles. So you're actually getting some blood flow into those muscles while you're massaging. Do the other side. Get a little wake up, wash it down, and then come into this back area. Get a little friction up and down these long lines of your back. A little tapping into the kidneys. And then down into your glutes. I use a little puck. I call it pucking. I don't know where I got that, but wake up those glutes, the lateral. I'm adding a little bouncing. And then as we come down, just feel that vibration coming down the side of the legs to the lower legs, into your bones and coming back up, waking up. And all the way back up. And then coming up to standing, shake that off. We're going to go down into the feet. So just bend your knees and look down at your feet. Pick up your toes and roll to the outer edge of your heels and see if you can feel the energy of the connection through your glutes. And we're trying to get this peripheral awareness through the outer edges of your body. So feel the heels help you connect to this widening in the lateral side, and then bring your big toe down and then all 10 toes. We'll just do that again. Flex all 10 toes, get to the outer edge of your heel, look for the connection all the way into the back of those legs and hips. Bring your big toe down and look for the connection to the inner line, and then all 10 toes down. We'll do one more time. Pick up your toes and lower go to the outer heel first, find it, then the big toes, find that big toe connection all the way up into the inner core, all 10 toes down, bend a little bit deeper, a little bit of ease in the ankles, the knees, and the hips, and then circle, 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 and reverse it, circle, 2, 3, and then come back to center, rocking the weight forward and backwards through your feet without letting your heels or toes lift off the ground. Look for the place where you have balance through the heels and the toes. And that's the place we're gonna stay right now as you roll your tail under and curve your spine, round out your back. And then reach the sit bones back, roll your shoulders back and take a breath in. And round out and exhale. Inhale, roll the sit bones back. Move through the lower back, the middle back, the upper back. And you can add your eyes to this motion, rolling your eyes in towards your core, and then rolling your upper back through, and your eyes come up. And then we're going to round it out one more time. Take a breath into your back. Let your arms relax. You can have your knees bent or slightly straight, but keep your weight distribution through the whole foot, and the head is just hanging. You might be a little bit more forward on your feet. Be a little more forward than back, and let your arms just circle. 2, 3, and reverse your circles. And let that upper back release. And now we're coming up to standing, and pay attention to how the weight distribution through your feet, all 10 of your toes, your heels have good weight. Pelvis is lined up right over the center front of your heels. This hinge point right here, you want to have that in the center where your diaphragm is, the center of your chest, on the center of the pelvis and ankles, and then the center of your head right over your heart. And then take those shoulders and round forward, curve the ribs behind the center. Find your feet as you roll your chest open and your thumbs go back. And we go again. You can bend your knees, find your feet. And I say find your feet. It's just like feel where your weight is distributed through your grounding. And one more time like that. Bend the knees and get a little breathe into your back. Roll it around and open that chest. Now we take 1 foot forward and 1 foot back into a bit of a lunge. The arms come around. So you're going to just pinky edges on top, and then bring them around. The thumbs go back, and your head and your chest curve. Now take a minute to find that grounding through the legs and feet. Inhale and bring it around. And exhale and curve a little bit in the upper. One more time. Inhale, bring it around. Pinky edges lead the way. Exhale, the thumbs lead the way. And this time, bring it forward. Bring them up, lift your arms, but drop your shoulders. Land a little heavier in those legs. Turn your palms down and press them to the side. And then the back heel lifts and lowers. And as you're opening up your feet and your hands, you're finding the extremities to just really lengthen out away from your center. The head top and the tail are getting taller. Now stay down in the feet. Something different. You're going to pick up your front heel and lower your front heel. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5 is a good number. Step all the way forward and change legs. So finding that grounding, take the arms forward, find your pinky fingers. Look at your pinky fingers and spiral that on top. Take the arms around to the side, thumbs go down and back, ground out through the feet. Remember those heels and big toes. Let your arches have a little lift. If your foot is balanced, your arch and your ankle will be right in the center. That'll be a nice lift. And that lift talks to the center of your diaphragm all the way up your body. Keeping that breath flowing. And one more time. And on this next one, take the arms up, let your shoulders fall, sink a little deeper. Press your palms out to the side, and we do the same little calf stretch in the back, just lift and lower. Now notice my body's not straight up and down. I'm on a slight diagonal, and I'm lengthening out my spine. I'm not arching my lower back in this. And then front heel, lift and lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then push off your back foot and come right up to standing. Now come down onto your mat. I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to be a little diagonal on my mat so I can kind of see up to see you. Come onto your all fours and let your chest kind of glide through, and then push back and curve into a little upper back round. Roll through your sit bones, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back, your head. We're going to sequentially again. So tailbone first, sacrum, lower back, lower ribs, middle ribs, upper ribs, head falls over. Let your neck relax. Last time, tailbone, sacrum, opening up. Find your hands into the ground. Your shins are down in the ground. So find what lands heavy in the mat, and then come back to a neutral position. And we're just gonna keep the neutral and float one hand barely off the mat. So we're starting to like activate that internal core. And we're using the down energy of what's getting heavy into the mat as we deepen into that core. And the core really is the whole body, right? So you find your head, top, and tail too. Don't lose that length that we're creating all the way through the spine. Last one. And then something a little different, we're gonna add a twist. So we're just gonna lift the right hand and arm straight with no bend in the elbow and lift the shoulder and get a little spiral, the arms relaxed. And I'm gonna push down into my right hand, lift my left shoulder, push down into my shins. So I'm finding the grounding. We get a little spiral in that upper spine. The arm is relaxed, the one that's coming off the floor. The one that's grounded is my stable base, giving me that rotation. On the next, and then come back to the center, push one leg back and ground through all 4 points. So my 2 arms, my shin and my back foot, and I feel my abs, not because I'm tightening my abs, because I'm finding my grounding. Now I'm taking my left arm out to the side and just rotate and look around. Find the grounding as you lengthen again that spine and bring it back down. Change sides. So push one leg back, find your points of ground, and take one arm open. Breathe and twist. And bring it right back down to the mat. Sit back into a little child's pose, or sometimes in Pilates we call it the shell stretch. So you're imagine that nautilus shell curling deep inside that coil. And then come up out of it and have a seat on your mat. And just come right up on those sit bones, getting that lift. And half roll back. So we're just gonna scoop under to roll halfway back. And then from there, find that sit bone dropping down and head top lifting up. The sacrum lifts up and roll through. Let your pelvis roll. Let the weight land in the ground, in the mat, the heavy feet, soft thighs, and then curve it over. Restack. And one more time, roll it all the way down onto your mat this time. And feet flat, knees bent, and start to roll the pelvis. One more set of rolling. I like to rock and roll, obviously, today. I'm kind of deviating a little bit from my warm-up. And come back to your neutral. So with your neutral position, the arms just down by your side, say hello to your feet again, toes and heels, and let the weight distribution be kind of all the way in all the parts, but the heels have the front of the heels have a little bit of a lift, like they're rolling towards your toes, but all the parts are down. Now we're gonna roll the hips up into a bridge. So we're coming out of that neutral for a moment and then finding that high bridge and then roll it back down. You can gradually go up. You do not have to get to the top on the first bridge. We're gonna do 2 more. So you can do just the lower back and just keep those ribs on the ground if you want to. I'm gonna do one more time, rolling up and rolling down. Then we're gonna hold it. So take one more time, getting as high as it feels connected. If you lose your connections, and I mean connections from your feet to your spine, then you just back out of it a little. And now we're gonna do one more and hold it at the top. So once you get to the top and you find that grounding in your feet, see if you can get a little more heel heavy and press just one more notch right through the base of the hips. Take both arms up to the ceiling and get a little puppet arm. And with the puppet arm, we're just, opening up that mid back again and challenging your sense of core. Open your arms wide to the sides and stretch those fingertips away from the midline. And then roll down breastbone, lower ribs, lower back, and the sacrum, and come all the way into your mat. Slide your arms into your sides using your lat line of your pinky side of your arm. Tip your chin, inhale, exhale, little curl up. Pelvis neutral, and roll it back down, bridging up to the top. Find those feet again, and then hips go higher, shoulders drop back, float the arms up, and Release the shoulders, release the neck. Keep the grounding in your feet, all the parts of your foot, big toe, pinky toe, heels too. Press a little higher through your heels to hips. Exhale, the breastbone will soften, the mid back behind the heart, behind the lower ribs at the diaphragm, and then the lower back, and then the sacrum. You find that grounding. Just let it land. Slide your arms into your sides. Feel the weight of your shoulder blades falling down and the back down to your feet, kind of. As you tip your chin, lift your head, and float your upper body up. The ribs get heavier. The feet are heavy. I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing. I'm just landing in the feet, landing in the pelvis, landing in the back of those ribs. And turn your palms down and float one leg up, other leg up, feet touch, heels touch. Start your pumps. And exhale. Start reaching your legs away from your center, but keep that pelvis neutral. Finding that grounding again. Every conscious breath you make, finding that relationship to ground. Letting those shoulders spill down your back, even while your head top is reaching tall away from your tail. Finish the one you're on, you have the choice. Straight legs lowering down, or you can bend your knees into your chest and lay it all the way down. Stretch your legs out long, flex and point your feet. Keep those ribs on the ground and get a little stretch through one side of your body, a stretch through the other side of your body. So you're opening up that side lines. And then float your arms up, tip your chin to lift your head. Exhale to curl all the way through. Flex your feet over. Get a little release. I'm wiggling my sit bones just to get a little bit more open in the back of my sitting bones to hamstrings, and then roll down from the tailbone. Now I'm going to let my shoulders just drip down my back. My arms are staying close to my ears to make it a little bit more challenged. Point your toes if you need less challenge. You guys are intermediate, so I know you know how to make it harder for yourself or easier. And flex. You can make it easy on yourself by keeping your arms forward, dropping that ground into the legs, into the hips, to the lower back, all the way down. But just do one more roll up. Flex your feet and get a nice lift from your right up underneath your core. Find those legs to slightly press into your mat. Lift your shoulders up. Elevate your shoulders by your ears, not by tightening them, but just by gliding them. Breathe into your back. And one more time, coming down. As you come down, let your shoulders spill down your back, even while your head top is reaching up still. And bring it all the way down. Bring your left leg into your chest. Give it a hug. Hold on behind your left thigh. Flex and push and point. And flex and bend. And push and point. And flex and bend. Push and point and stay. Now the bottom leg can find some energy of grounding. The pelvis is neutral. Point your top foot, turn it out a little bit. Place your arms and find that grounding through the hands to the shoulders. Tick-tock, just a little cross center, and then out to the side. And as your tick-tock happens, bring your conscious awareness into the grounding again. Both hips. Notice how you have to work to keep the grounding. And then circles, cross center and bring it around and up. And 2. And 3. Use your inhale to cross. Exhale to center. And reverse your circles. Be conscious of the bony landmarks. Land in the ground. The more you can land, the more you can deepen your core. And bring that leg into your chest. Give it a good stretch. And other side. In, flex that bottom foot. And push, points. Flex and bend. Push and point. Flex and bend. Push, point, and stay up there. Point it, slight turn out. Place your arms platform. Cross it over and open it out. Look for that sense of ground. Use your breathing through your diaphragm to really create more space and length through your spine. And then circles. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and reverse your circles. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Bring that leg into your chest. Give it a little hug. And roll. Hold on to the back of both thighs and rock up gently. Come a little bit to the front of your mat for rolling like a ball. And then I'm just going to do a modified for my own reasons, for my body. You can go for it. Go for your rolling like a ball. And inhale, exhale. I like to inhale to rock back. Exhale to come up. Mine's just a little bit bigger ball. Make sure to stay right up on the shoulder blades, not your neck. And when you finish up the one you're on, go ahead and come up to the top. Find your balance for a moment. You can hold on behind your knees, or you can bring your arms out and just find that balance. Get as deep as you want to get inside that ball. And then we're going to take that left leg with you. Stretch your right leg out in a long line. Find your prep for a single leg stretch. Connect your hands to your shins. Get really long hand on the outside and switch. The legs can go as low or as high as you need them, but where's your mind going? Where's the landing in your pelvis, the back of the ribs? Sniff, sniff, blow, blow once you get that rhythm going. One more. Bring both legs in and just find that back body in the ground. Rest your neck if you need to. Keep going if you can. Inhale, double leg stretch. Keep those ribs heavy, the base of the ribs. Pelvis neutral. One more time. Get a little deeper. Roll it down. Turn your head a little side to side. And one leg up, one leg low. Curl up into your prep for scissors. Single leg straight stretch. I go slow with these because I have a little hip thing. I invite you to go to the pace that you can feel connected and grounded, but I'm going very slow. The breath is a sniff again and blow. And one more and blow, and then bring it in. Bring your legs together. Slip your hands behind your head. Get that sense of length in your neck and round it in your ribs. Lower the legs down a little and up. You can really find the grounding. Ooh, feeling it. Talking and doing. And one more. And bend your knees in, single leg crisscross. And stretch. I use my inhale to switch, my exhale to stretch. And then come through the middle, lay it down, turn your head from side to side. Rock up, stretch your legs out in front of you. Flex your feet, get right up on your sit bones. Get a nice lift tall. I use my fingers to push down to give me a little space. My sacrum really gets lifted. If you can't get your sacrum lifted with legs straight, bend your knees a little bit so that sacrum's really up tall. Then take your hands out to the side, spill over the crown of your head. Just let it pour over as your breastbone softens. Keep the lift in the tummy and curve that upper spine. And then restack. And exhale to round over. Inhale, restack. Taking the arms out now and out in front. And I'm reaching through those pinky fingers again, just like we did in the beginning, just a little curve. And reach up. One more. Flex through the heels. And reach up. Take the arms wide. Place one hand on the mat. Roll that pinky finger up. Side bend over. And other arm side bend over. And over. And and over, and spiral and reach into your saw. Inhale, come around and reach into the saw. Inhale to spiral, exhale to reach. One more set. Bring your legs together. And actually, we're going to roll into your open leg rocker. How could I forget? Hold on to the front of your ankles. Get a little bit right behind your sit bones. Grow to the top. Find the top. Close the legs together and apart a few times. Find that lift. Then once you're set, you've got your place, you've got your good connection. Exhale to roll the pelvis. Inhale to roll up. Exhale, roll. And up. Exhale, roll. And up. Last one. Up, stay. Bring your legs together. Keep the reach. Roll down, control. All the way down. And then bend your one knee, roll onto your stomach. And get some good lift through the front of your body. Just kind of lengthen your body on the mat. Lengthen your legs. They're a little bit apart, so the front of your hips can really land. So we're now looking for the ground. What's falling into the mat with your hips, your rib cage? Hands are just out to the side of the shoulders. Get a little bit of weight and a little intentional press into your hands and your feet. My knees are lifted though, so my kneecaps are lengthening up. My hamstrings are pulling my sit bones down to my heels. And now inhale and float your breastbone forward, gliding your breastbone forward as the legs are reaching in the opposite direction. And then coming back down. This is a swan. So on the next one, we're going to inhale to lift again. Exhale, keep lifting. Inhale, keep lifting. Exhale, keep lifting. And then roll it back down. And I rock a little bit and I move just to kind of unlock any places it's feeling grippy. And again, inhale, lengthen, exhale, lengthen. Keep going up. Keep flowing your breath. And coming back down sequentially. Now stay hovered and lift your legs and lower your legs. And shoulders don't get tight. Shoulders are free and soft, and they're floating even still down my back. Now we're going to do the rocking, and you're in charge of how high and how low. Go for it. Finish. So when you're on, sit back. Give it a little stretch. Roll up, get a little stretch. Roll down, coming back to your mat. Bring your forearms underneath your shoulders, legs together. Nice long body. Flex and bend one foot. Flex, flex, point, and press. Flex, flex, point, and press. Keep lifting your breastbone forward and press. Keep that pelvis neutral. So what has to fall down? The forearms, the elbows, the hips, so that you can feel that lift coming through your spine and your head top. So we're still looking for the grounding that helps us get more space, more connected on the inside. Embody it. That's that word. I love that word. Embodied Pilates. The more conscious you are to the breath and to that grounding, the more you're going to feel. Feeling is the doorway to embodiment. So we're going to turn your head to one side, shoulders drop forward, hands climb up on your back, triple kick. 1, 2, 3. Slide your hands down your back, open your chest, get strong and tall. And other side, kick 1, 2, 3, and stretch tall through the breastbone. And 1, 2, 3, legs reach, chest glide, shoulders fall down the back. One more, 1, 2, 3, and reach, reach, stay. Keep the legs lengthening, tops of feet on the ground, and slide your arms out to the side. Keep that sense of lift. Take your arms all the way forward. Bring your arms to the mat, pinky edges. Press your arms down into the mat. Keep your chest forward. Lift one leg. but the other 3 limbs are pressing into the ground. Lower that leg, lift the other leg. We're getting close to the bottom of the hour, so I'm going to go a little faster now. So we're gonna lift one leg, lift the opposite arm, put it down, lift one leg, opposite arm, put it down. And then both arms, both legs are up, get taller, find your grounding in your body, in your hips, swim. Finish, get taller, get longer, see if you can get more lift. Lower it down. Sit back into your all fours. Stretch out your back. Let's rock back again and open up your chest. If you want to go higher and lift your hips, do. Bring it back down, coming through your all fours. Make a plank. Finding again what's grounding. Be conscious of the connection to the earth underneath you. Push through the house into the earth. Finding head tap to heels. Round out by looking toward your navel. Push through your arms and lift your ribs. Get into a little bit of a down dog stretch. And open up those feet. Coming back through, bring your pelvis forward. Roll through. Find your long line. And a little rock through the feet. Like long stretch on the reformer. And take one foot off, point, flex, lower it down. Other side, up, point, flex. And again. And again. And we're going to do something to the side. So rock over onto your feet. Let them be a little like ice skates on the side. And open up and lift. Breathe into it. Find that reach. Come back around. Other side. Get onto the sides of those feet. Open it up. Push. And bring it back around. Walk hand over hand. Let your head release. Soften out your knees. Once again, find where the weight is distributed in your feet. Is it more forward or back? Get it a little bit more forward for this. Let your head hang. Let your shoulders relax. Start rolling up. Ooh, I'm a little out of breath after that. Find your center front of your heels, all toes down. Shoulders land. And the arms come up. Get a little lift in those ribs. Maybe pull one side over. And as the arms press down, the heels rise up. And as the heels come down, the arms stretch up. And press the arms down, rise the heels up. And lower and lift. And we'll come here to finish for a quick finish. We will send the replay so you can practice these exercises in the flow anytime you want. Tell others, because we'll keep raising money through the month of December, giving to the Community Action Center. All right, share the email, and I'll hope to see you guys soon. Thank you for coming.